Bir önceki programımızda gündemin temel başlığı hukuk ve demokrasi alanında reform vaadiydi. Ancak Cumhurbaşkanı Erdoğan'ın reform çıkışının ömrü bir hafta sürmedi.
The presidency's High Advisory Board member and former Parliament spokesman Bülent Arınç spoke on the latest indictments prepared on a TV show he participated in as a guest. He said, "Not even a child would write these. You can't make up evidence through suspicion and comparison." Arınç stated that Selahattin Demirtas and Osman Kavala must both be released, eventually being a target of heavy words from both Erdoğan and Bahçeli. Arınç resigned from his position as member of the High Advisory Board.
Onun halen tutuklu kalmasına hayret ediyorum. Geçmişte birlikte çalışmış olsak bile hiç kimsenin şahsi ifadeleri Cumhurbaşkanıyla, hükümetimizle, partimizle ilişkili hale getirilemez. Bizim ne dediğimiz, nerede durduğumuz, nereye gittiğimiz bellidir ve istikametimizde en küçük bir değişiklik yoktur.
Halen Cumhurbaşkanlığı Yüksek İstişare Kurulu üyesi olan siyaset eskisi bir şahsın televizyona çıkıp sarhoşçu Osman Kavala ile terörist Demirbaş'a güzellemeler yapması kelimenin tam anlamıyla çarpıklıktır, hatta ahmaklıktır. Bu şahsın iki suçlunun serbest bırakılmasını istemesi suçluyu övmektir, suça iştiraktir, ihanete yataklıktır.
Continuing his statements at the group meeting of his party, Erdoğan said, "There is no Kurdish question." He didn't refrain from ordering the judiciary what to do as well, this time referring to Article 138 of the Turkish Constitution.
Ama ben buradan da yargıya sesleniyorum. Diyorum ki, değerli yargı mensupları, anayasanın 138. maddesi beni ne kadar muhatap alıyorsa aynı şekilde benim dışımdakileri de muhatap alıyor. Gereğini niye yapmıyorsunuz? Gereken adımları niye atmıyorsunuz? Size birilerinin talimat verme hakkı var mı? Benim ne kadar talimat verme hakkım yoksa ana muhalefetin de talimat verme hakkı yok. Bunun dışındakilerin de talimat verme hakkı yok. Ama bu talimatlar verilirken niçin gereğini yapmıyorsunuz?
Kısacası Erdoğan'ın adalet reformu çıkışıyla açılan parantez haftalık programımızın bir sonraki bölümünde kapanmış oldu bile. Nitekim haftanın ifade özgürlüğü gelişmeleri de hiçbir şeyin değişmediğinin göstergesi. İşte haftanın başlıklarından bizim derlediklerimiz.
Istanbul Chief Public Prosecutor's Office filed a lawsuit against the Saturday mothers who have been performing a sit-in protest in front of Galatasaray High School for many years in order for their missing relatives to be found. Imprisonment sentences were claimed against the mothers for up to 3 years each. Beyoğlu District Governorate had banned the demonstration on August 25, 2020, which was the 700th week of the protest, due to the protection of national security and public order. The police had intervened against the protester families and detained many. The indictment prepared against the Saturday mothers has the signature of Prosecutor Fatih Dönmez and charges 46 citizens with violating the Law on Meetings and Demonstrations number 2911. It was further indicated in the indictment that the file against parliament members who wanted to support the demonstration was separated and that there is a separate investigation being conducted against them.
Systemair HSK, Özel Elektrik and Balder workers announced that they will march towards Ankara on November 24th, Tuesday, after they were fired without compensation and were forced to take unpaid leaves after they became members of the United Metal Labor Union of the Confederation of Progressive Trade Unions of Turkey. After the announcement, Kocaeli Governorate banned protest in the province for 30 days due to the pandemic.
Mine workers in Ermenek continued their protest for their severance pays and other receivables, wanted to march towards Ankara once again after the promises made to them weren't fulfilled. The gendarmerie and the police intervened against the march and 9 protesters were detained. After the intervention, 23 security forces have received medical reports on having injuries due to beating, whereas the mine workers were prevented from receiving reports. Voluntary reporter Mertcan Yilmaz, who was following the march, was detained at the hospital he went to receive a report.
72 people had been detained last Friday within the investigation conducted by Diyarbakır Chief Public Prosecutor's Office against the Democratic Society Congress. 5 of those 72 people, including Turkish Medical Association Honorary Board member Dr. Şeymus Gökalp, were arrested due to illegal organization membership.
Human Rights Association Diyarbakır chairman and lawyer Abdullah Zeytun gave information on the arrest of Dr. Gökalp and said his human rights advocacy and profession as a physician were criminalized. Charges imposed are unbelievable, and he was arrested without concrete material evidence.
Mesopotamia News Agency reporter Dindar Karataş, who was detained in Van on November 24th, was arrested due to illegal organization membership. In his interrogation, Karataş was asked about his news resources and other questions related to the news he reports. Agency's Ankara reporter Hakan Yalçın was detained with a house raid as well and is charged with illegal organization membership.
A decree was issued in the lawsuit filed against previously shut down Taraf Daily writer Mehmet Baransu and managing editor Murat Şevki Çoban at Anatolian Second Assize Court. Among the journalists tried due to the news article, the decision to end Gülen was taken in 2004 at the State Security Council. Çoban was acquitted. Baransu, on the other hand, was sentenced to 17 years of imprisonment due to disclosing confidential documents of the government through press. In the news article, the decision to end Gülen was taken in 2004 at the State Security Council, published on November 28, 2013. Appendices of the Decree No. 481 of the State Security Council meeting on August 25, 2004 were published. The news became a daily series, and the decrees were asserted to have contained measures to eliminate activities of the Gülen community.
People's Democratic Party Antalya Parliament member Kemal Bülbül was sentenced to 6 years and 3 months of imprisonment in the lawsuit filed against him at Diyarbakır 4th Assize Court due to armed terrorist organization membership. The decree will be sent to the Ministry of Justice and to the Grand National Assembly of Turkey spokesmanship.
An investigation was started against journalist Melis Alphan due to making terrorist organization propaganda through the photo she shared from the 2015 Nowruz celebrations in Diyarbakır.
Cumhuriyet Daily had published the news on the fireplace and gazebo built by Presidential Communication Director Fahrettin Altun on a land he rented from foundation in Kuzguncuk without permission, being demolished by Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality teams. An investigation was opened against retired journalist Mehmet Yüksel Özbek, who shared the news on social media.
On the other hand, the decree of non-prosecution issued for Republican People's Party Istanbul chair Canan Kaftancıoğlu was revoked on having taken a photo of Altun's related house.
A terror investigation was started against former Justice and Development Party MP Parliament member Galip Ensarioğlu due to his participation in a condolence ceremony organized in Dicle district of Diyarbakır for a YPG member who died in a clash with ISIS in 2015.
Justice and Development Party Central Executive Council sent former Diyarbakır Parliament member Mehmet İhsan Arslan, who is among the party's founding members, to the disciplinary board. In an interview he gave to Ece Göksedef from BBC Turkey on November 17th, Arslan had used expressions that criticized the steps taken by the Justice and Development Party on the Kurdish question, on its policies in Syria, as well as against the presidential system.
The indictment prepared against 29 politicians, 18 of whom are arrested, including political party executives and municipal assembly members, was accepted by Gaziantep 2nd Assize Court within the KCK investigation. In the indictment, prepared due to illegal organization membership and propaganda, the prosecutor's office shoved the March 31st, 2019 local election, press statements, and their participation in political party meetings as evidence to the charges imposed. The politicians' activities like buying flowers for the families they visited, organizing soccer tournaments, were considered within criminal activities. The first hearing of the case will be held on January 4, 2021.
Lawyer Cahit Kırkazak, who is also the lawyer of arrested former People's Democratic Party co-chair Selahattin Demirtas, as well as lawyer Mehmet Deniz Büyük, were detained in Bursa with house raids. There is a warrant against lawyer Ibrahim Korhan as well. The investigation orders a 96-hour detainment and is stated to be about all three lawyers' professional activities.
The police intervened against the protest organized by the People's Democratic Party Istanbul Provincial Organization against the detainment operation on the Democratic Society Congress in Taksim Tunnel. 22 people, including HDP co-chairs Elif Bulut and Erdal Avcı, were detained.
Mardin Governorate announced that all protests and demonstrations to be organized in the province were banned for 30 days due to measures against the pandemic. The ban was issued right before November 25th, International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women.
A decree of non-prosecution was issued against the police intervention against Lastesi's protest organized by Ankara Women's Platform in front of Güven Park and the Red Cross on December 12, 2019. The prosecutor's office claimed that no permission was taken for the protest and police had intervened the protest in accordance with the law.
The police intervened against November 25th Taksim Initiative member women who gathered at Taksim Square on November 25th, International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. 10 women were detained.
During budget debates in the parliament, Republican People's Party parliament member Levent Gök asked National Defense Minister Hulusi Akar about the Uludere investigation. With a written answer to his question, prosecution process has ended. 34 citizens have lost their life as a result of the bombardment made by F-16 aircraft of the Turkish Air Force upon Ortasu village of Uludere district in Şırnak on December 28, 2011.
An access ban was issued against the website of Jin News, a women-focused news website with women editors and reporters, with a decree of Diyarbakir 5th Criminal Judicature of Peace dated November 20th. The website was censored for the third time in 1 month.
The news on the criminal complaint made by arrested former People's Democratic Party co-chair Selahattin Demirtas's lawyer at the High Council of Judges and Prosecutors, as well as the column written by Ramazan Güzel on the prosecution of Demirtas were banned from access with a decree issued by Konya 2nd Criminal Judicature of Peace.
Yozgat Criminal Judicature of Peace issued an access ban against corruption allegations for former Yozgat Şefaatli Mayor Zeki Bozkurt of the Justice and Development Party.
The news on the advisor of the company searching for gold in Erbaa district of Tokat with cyanide being the former consultant of President Erdogan was banned from access with a decree issued by Istanbul 10th Criminal Judicature of Peace.
The European Court of Human Rights convicted Turkey in the case of journalist Ahmet Şık, who is arrested in remand due to making PKK, KCK and FETÖ PDY propaganda in addition to the Cumhuriyet Daily main case. Turkish Judge Saadet Yüksel voted against the decree, which stated that Şık's rights to freedom and security, as well as his freedom of expression, were violated. Şık had been arrested on December 29, 2016 due to his social media posts, 4 news articles as well as his expressions during a panel. Şık's interviews with KCK spokesperson Cemil Bayık as well as with DHKPC members taking a prosecutor hostage and killing him were included in the case file.
İşte haftanın ifade özgürlüğü gelişmelerinden bazıları böyleydi. Buraya sığdıramadığımız tüm haberleri internet adresimizde bulabilirsiniz. Dileriz haftaya daha güzel haberlerle birlikte oluruz. Hoşça kalın.